Hey there, Wingo. Wanted to come to you today with a great tool from Google. It's called Google Voice. I've had a few teachers come up to me and ask about making phone calls on NTI days, and do we have to give out our personal numbers, and if I call, will students have my personal number? And I know some of you that doesn't bother you at all, and others of you it does, and I totally understand that. I don't want a bunch of students having my personal cell phone number. And so what I've researched and found is that we could use Google Voice to accomplish our NTI calls, and there's some benefits for using that as well. One of them, of course, being you don't have to give out your personal number. When you call them on caller ID, your Google Voice number shows up, not your cell phone number or your home phone number. Also, Google Voice keeps a complete log of every phone call that you make. It doesn't record the audio, but it does give a timestamp of when you make the phone call or receive the phone call, and what number you called and who has called you. So it's a pretty cool tool. First, of course, you're going to need a Google account, and if you don't have a Google account, shame on you. You should go ahead and sign up for one right now. And once you get that, you go to voice.google.com. And along with this video, I'm also going to attach a written tutorial that will walk us through these steps. And so go to voice.google.com, and you'll log into your Google account. Again, if you don't have one, get one created. And then you follow the on-screen prompts. Basically, it's going to ask you to agree to terms. You'll click that you want a new phone number. You'll type in the area code. You'll click the search button. And then a bunch of wild-looking numbers will come up. They'll all have the 270 area code, but there'll be like 270-831 or 270-479. It'll be some pretty weird numbers. It won't be 247 or 251 or 376. But anyway, you check one of those numbers and you tell Google that's the number that you want to use for your Google Voice, and you click through the prompts until it gets to finish or save, and then save that. Once you're done, your page will look like this. This is my Google Voice page. Let me go to the home page real quick. This is my Google Voice home page. And if you'll notice over here on the left is my Google Voice number. And so if I were to make a phone call from this, this is what would show up on the caller ID, or this is the number that I would give students. So with that in mind, let's talk about students calling you. What's going to happen? Let's say you give numbers to students or parents, and they decide to give you a call, either on the NTI day or at another time. If they give you a call on the NTI day, what will happen is, if it's the first time that they call you, Google will answer the call and ask for their name. They'll say their name into their phone, and then Google will call you. You'll answer let's say it's your cell phone, you'll answer your cell phone, and Google will say, do you want to answer a call from so-and-so? If you say yes, Google will then connect you together. If you don't want to talk at that time, you could tell Google to send this person to voicemail, and they'll leave you a voicemail. I know it does this on the first call. I'm not certain if it does it on subsequent calls. I would imagine after you have accepted their call once, that Google will just put that call straight through to your Google Voice number, and your phone will ring. But I don't know that for sure. You'll just have to experiment with that. Nonetheless, you accept the call and you're connected. What about if you wanted to make phone calls? If you want to make phone calls, you've got two options. One, you can log into your voice.google account, and there's this call button up here. You can click call, type in the number that you want to call, and then select whichever phone you want this number connected to. Let's just keep it with mobile, and then you'll click connect. What will happen is Google will call your phone, your cell phone, and then as soon as you answer, it will connect you with this number here. On the callers, or on the receiver's end, the caller ID, they will see this number. They'll never see your cell phone number or your personal numbers in any way. All they'll see is this Google Voice number. So you're calling those students, you punch in the student number here. That's the number that they'll see when they pick up the phone. So it might be a good idea to give them that number ahead of time just so they know it's not a stranger calling. Now, the great thing about this, as I mentioned earlier, are the call logs. If you look at history, it pulls up every phone call that I received or that I sent. And it will do that for as many as I do. And so you have that parent that says, hey, you never called me, or I was home all day and you didn't attempt to call. You have a solid record here that could be printed, emailed, or however you want to distribute that pretty easily. And it keeps a timestamp on it. It tells you exactly when you call. Also, if there's text message or anything sent, all that stuff is recorded as well. You can also set Google up to ring multiple phones. Like if they call you, it will ring your house phone, your cell phone, your work phone. But that's a little more than what we would need for NTI. If we just keep it simple, we could use this for NTI. A second way that you can make phone calls, this works really well on Android phones. Google Voice does. And also on iPhones, you would need the Google Voice app. You can make a call straight from the app. So there it is, folks. It's Google Voice. I think it's going to be a great tool for those that don't want to share their personal information. Look forward to hearing your feedback on this. And if you've got any questions or need additional instructions on how to use it, just come by and see me. Hey, Wingo, have a great day. See you.